Welcome once again to the Ben Smith Coaches Show. This is Gary Ownbey, your host here today. I'd like to remind you that all of our shows are seen on the BCHS Bear Network on Facebook, also on YouTube, and there will be posted on Twitter as well. And we'd like to thank Mr. Gwen Schroyer and his students here for making all these happen. Folks, without them, they do not happen. So tip of the hat and a thank you to Gwen and the guys there. Ben joined now by head coach Ben Smith. And Ben, tell us who you brought along with you today.
I have Taryn Patterson with us today. He is defending state medalist. He's actually my highest defending state medalist. Got fifth last year at 126 pounds as a sophomore. He's back as a junior. He's on my leadership team. Within the, he's kind of my inner circle of leaders, and he's ranked. What is your ranking up to now?
It's up to 6.
He's sixth. He's been kind of up and down 120. There's a lot of jockeying in the 132, 138 weight class with some new additions to the state, so to speak. So kids are dropping and jockeying, but he's been in the bottom half of the top 6 all year. So he's.
So you're at the weight class right now, what, 132?
132, yes.
Yes, sir.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a junior this year.
You're a junior, so you got him back for another year.
Got him back for another year.
Well, since our last program, just talk about where you were and what happened and what you got coming up.
Sure, yeah. So last time we talked, we were going to Maryville, I believe, that night for the sub-state. We won. We won it, Region 3 champ. We were Region 4 runner-up. We beat them pretty handily. Got booed out of the gym. That was pretty fun.
Got booed out of the gym.
Yeah.
They don't like us up there, huh?
No, most people don't like us, but that's okay.
That's probably because you're beating them all the time.
Yeah, well, at least most people, yeah. But nonetheless, and then that qualified us for the state duels. So we had a pretty productive week of practice last week. Headed to Franklin on Saturday, and wasn't our best day. You know, we defending third place. Should have been seeded, but we didn't win our region. But based off of what the state has in place, being a region runner-up, we drew a region champion. So the region champion that we drew was Region 7, which was Wilson Central. So
they're mighty, mighty good.
They're good. They're good. Yeah. So you got Cleveland ranked first, Wilson Central second, and then Bradley ranked third, and you had the 2 and the 3 in the first round. And so we knew it was. Very beatable, you know. I felt like we had, if we wrestled that match 10 times, we'd win 3 or 4 of them, 2 or 3 of them. They're just a little bit better than us. I felt like we had a great week. I felt like our team was ready. I know they were ready. We just didn't get the job done. We didn't execute. We started at a really good weight class. I felt like if we could have got the ball rolling, it may have been a little bit better.
And momentum plays a big part in that, I'm
huge.
sure.
It's huge. I mean, wrestling.
Very emotional.
Yeah, wrestling is, it is so emotional. And it's an individual sport, but it's a team sport. And, if Taryn goes out there and does his job, and let's say it's a comeback victory, or he goes out and beats somebody that's better than him, man, that creates a lot of emotion. And you can see the inflation and the deflation of teams. And, we got the draw that we wanted, and we made the bump that we felt like we needed to make to get the draw, to get the matchups that we wanted to get. And, and to their credit, I'll be the first to say, in all honesty, they were probably a little bit better than what I thought that they were, based off of what we had seen. I thought they wrestled really well. Conditioning we felt like would be in our favor. I thought they wrestled better tired than I thought they would. And once we got behind the 8 ball, man, it was hard to come back. It was hard to come back, and they whipped us. Now, we didn't get a chance to wrestle for third. TSSAA decided that if you lose in the first round, you don't get to come back.
And there was only 8 teams involved.
There's only 8 teams involved. It's like the basketball. Like if you're in the show, then you're top 8. But top 8 here is not what we're here for. We're not going to hang a banner for that or pat ourselves on the back. We really were hoping to get a chance to wrestle back for third because that has seeding implications for next year. We've got, and we talked about it yesterday, we'll have 12 people back that have 10 of our starters now would be back, and then 2 more that have been in the lineup. I mean, we're a pretty young team. So the fact that we didn't get to wrestle for third, and we have a chance at winning our region next year, that's big for next year. So I'm really disappointed, and I'll say it on air, and I've told Mark Reeves, I'm pretty disappointed in their decision to do that. But hey, at least in his words, at least we got to have a state tournament. So.
Well, that's true. Thank goodness things are not back to normal, but we're trending that way, I guess.
Trending there.
Did you like the not being at the Ag Center? you were at high school. Was that?
I did like it. Now, when I was in high school with his dad, Alan Patterson is a state champion for Bradley. I got to grow up when I was in the kids club and at Truett wrestling for Chief and for Ken Schnabel and Coach Belcher and all those guys. I got to watch his dad win a state title for Bradley in Bradley's gymnasium. And then 4 years later, my junior year, I got to wrestle in the state dual championship in our gym. In 1999, we got to wrestle in the state dual finals in Overton's gym right down the road. And so I told the guys when we got there, man, for me, it seemed familiar.
Deja vu.
Yeah, it's like, it's smaller, it's intimate, it is, it's almost like being, and we told the guys, like, we had our boombox, we had our crowd. I took a large group of guys. I mean, we wanted to do everything that we could to make that gym feel like a home. And I liked it. And of course, I don't know if the guys liked it or not. I think they did. They'd have liked it better if we won, I know that. But it was nice to not be in that arena.
Yeah.
It's nice to not be in that arena.
That seems to be the general opinion of everybody who's ever been there. I think.
It's rough. It's rough.
Now, going forward, when will you compete again in the traditionals?
So if you want to see Taryn and these guys wrestle, again, we get to wrestle this Friday night at Jim Smitty Arena for the traditional region tournament. Okay. Saudi Daisy, it's their year to host it. They're in our district. Because of the COVID restrictions that Hamilton County Schools has put on them, they're not able to host it. We're next in line. So 2023 is actually our next year to host it.
So you're filling in for Saudi.
Walker Valley didn't want it. So not Walker Valley, Ray County and McMinn County didn't want it. So we picked it up. And so we get to get these guys in the gym one more time in town. On the home mat. It's going to be Friday night, which is cool.
No ball games?
No ball games, no nothing. We give them a Saturday off to get ready for the individuals. And it should be an in and out type tournament. We only have 8 teams in our region. A lot of teams' numbers are down, except for ours, like Taryn knows. But it should be a quick night, but only top 2 go to the state tournament. Which it's usually top 4, but it's a 16-man bracket rather than a 32. So these guys are really going to have to bring it, So.
Well, and a lot of people should know this, but duels are a team competition. Traditional is man on man. It's one-on-one.
100%.
So you could take one, or you got 14 weight classes, but you have to be first or second in this region
to go. Yeah, and so like Taryn last year, he placed 5th at 126. They keep a team score at these individual tournaments. Right. So like the deeper you go in the tournament, the better you do in the tournament. If he beats a guy 3-2 versus pinning him, the pin scores your team more points.
Right.
And the farther you advance, so like Taryn last year, we were in a really heated battle with Blackman and Dobbins Bennett for 3rd last year. And Taryn just kind of snuck up on a lot of people and had a really good tournament and just kept pinning and pinning and pinning. And so the deeper that he kept progressing, the more points he was putting on the board for our team.
Let me ask Taryn a question here, and we're going to talk about a few things here. But your dad, Allen, state champion.
Yes, sir.
At what weight class was he at that time?
I was
189.
189.
180.
Was his senior year.
Does he ever try to get you down and wrestle you or show you something, or can you whip his butt, or what?
I would never ever try it.
That's a can of worms, ain't it, Taryn?
I want no part.
Yeah,
Allen was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
State champion.
It was pretty
no
good.
Part of that man.
Allen was good and he was mean. Still is.
When did you first start wrestling?
I started when I was 4 years old.
4 years old in the what's that league called?
Kids Club.
Kids Club, yeah. And you wrestle all the way through, obviously. So you've been wrestling. How old are you now? 16, 17?
17 years old.
So 13 years of wrestling under your belt. You're pretty experienced there.
A little bit.
What is your strength? What are you best at?
I know a lot of wrestling, a lot. So I win positions more than.
Do you guys ever wrestle against our coaches, our assistant coaches,
Yes, all the
during
time.
practice?
We wrestled side by side yesterday, so we were competing at the end of practice yesterday for one more takedown each, weren't we?
You got to hold me last week. You did.
Your high school kids beat the coaches?
I don't get scored on often.
They're afraid to score.
We had a couple people score on some assistants yesterday, but I wasn't one of them.
I scored on a few assistants, but Coach Smith's that's a tough.
It's different. It's different.
What's the hardest thing?
They feel sorry for me.
Do
They feel
yeah,
sorry for me.
yeah, the old man.
Yeah, the old man.
What's the hardest part of being a wrestler, Bradley?
Hardest part of being a wrestler, Bradley?
Yeah.
Probably keeping your head on straight, doing everything right, the Bradley way.
Well, that's expectation.
We have a tradition here. The way we do things is not like the way everyone else does things. And it's really hard for everyone and the whole team to stay as a team because you have to hold everybody accountable. And that's hard to do without people getting frustrated.
Well, that's part of maturing and aging and growing up and learning things the right way. I know Coach is trying to lead you the right way. Coach, this time of year, now you had the duels, got traditional. By the way, are the girls through?
No. The girls' state tournament, there was a big lag between their region and the state. And again, because we don't have a full team yet, that we don't have there's a girls' dual state championship. Now that's what we're building to.
Will they wrestle at Bradley here next Friday or Friday?
No, they're done. We won't see them again until Friday at the state tournament on the 19th at the Chattanooga Trading Convention Center.
You're taking 2 with you there.
Yeah, we're taking 2 there. Now, we've already got a plan in place. We're going to start advertising for our girls team in March. And our goal is to have a full girls team. Probably won't be competing for the duels next year.
How many weight classes would that be?
14 still. It's still 14. And we had 6. We started with 8. Got 6 on roster now, and then we're finishing with 5 active. But we are actively pursuing a full girls team with the goal of in 5 years we'll be. By year 5. This was year 2. By year 5, we're going to be at the girls state. We plan on having, as always, a shot at a boys state championship, and then we're going to have the girls wrestling for a state championship. So, Dr. Cash, I'm going to come meet with you soon. So we're going to try to get some supplements, and we're going to try to get some locker rooms, and we're going to try to get some stuff going here. So, but we have thrown our hat in the ring 2 years earlier than other programs here in town to get our girls started. So,
well, one thing we sort of you hit on just a second ago, but this year's traditionals, they're going to be held nearby.
Chattanooga Trading Convention Center. Girls are on Friday the 20th, so the last day of practice when they traditionally jump to coaches, I won't be there. That's kind of one of our Bradley things. They always try to overthrow the coaches the last day of practice, so they better do it on Thursday when I'm there. But Friday I'll be with the girls. That's good information for y'all. I'll be with the girls at Chattanooga, and then on Saturday, it'll be at the Chattanooga Trading Convention Center. What that looks like, I don't know. There's no risers, there's no bleachers. It's going to be a lot like an off-season tournament. It's going to have a different feel to it, but we're excited about it.
What about attendance at that? Do you know what's
going
to be allowed?
No clue. Now, attendance at Bradley this weekend, even though COVID restrictions have been lightened across the state, we're still going to keep it to a third capacity just to play it safe. 8 teams, 14 kids in each weight class, 4 parents each, or immediate family. We should be well under the capacity, but I don't know what the state's going to do.
How many mats will we be using?
Just 2. Just 2, yeah. But yeah, that's what we got going. Taryn spoke on something a minute ago that just kind of speaks to. And again, I asked him to come today. And Taryn's had an up and down career, and we tend to love to hate each other at times and hate to love each other at times. But Taryn has shown extreme growth in what he touched on as far as how we do things here. It's more than just wrestling. It's more than just transactional relationships. I've watched Taryn grow. Taryn has wrestled for so long that he grew, and probably too much too soon. There was a time where he hated the sport, and there are moments where he still doesn't like the sport, and neither do I at times. It's a frustrating sport, as we experienced Saturday. But the accountability in the classroom, the accountability in society,
life lessons.
That's at the end of the day. I mean, and Taryn's super knowledgeable. He could coach the sport one day if he wants to, and he will. When he graduates, he's going to be coaching our kids club. He's going to be folded right back in. But unless you coach the sport for pay, you're not going to make money doing the sport. But what you learn from this sport in the classroom, off the mat, and just I hope the life lessons that they learn from us and from our mistakes and our failures, and then hopefully our maturity are kind of what we're all about. And if we win some state titles in the progress, which we will, those are coming. Those are coming. In all honesty, we're probably a year early. This year started so good that we thought that, man, we might be in it this year, and we still are in it. We have another shot at it. But the way that we've been trending here lately is we're really excited. Even though we got 2 weeks left, we're already kind of excited about what's happening in March and April and May. So.
Well, Taryn, I always like to ask about your family. I know your dad, Alan, was the state championship at
189.
189. You got brothers and sisters?
I do. I have 3 little brothers.
So you're the oldest of
Yes, sir.
that. Are they involved in wrestling at all?
Yes, they're all 3 in the kids club.
Well, Coach, there you go. The Patterson legacy continues then, huh?
Oh yeah, you never know. I might be coaching them. There might be a little flipperoo coming soon. You never know. We've got Coach Logson's done a great job. We've got a pretty stout bloodline coming through. It's going to take 4, 5, 6 years, but we've got a really neat dynamic happening on the kids club right now.
And they're a few years down the road. The young Dottie Smith, young daughter of Ben, she may be a wrestler.
Oh, she's gonna wrestle. Oh, she
has no option.
She's
right?
a hammer, yeah. Oh yeah, she's gonna wrestle. Oh yeah, she's wrestling for sure.
Hammer time.
Yeah, the girls program starting up here.
Yeah.
Slightly intentional, you know. Yeah, so she's gonna wrestle for sure.
Oh, that's great. That is really funny.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, thank you as always for joining us. Taryn, thank you for being here. Taryn Patterson, folks, one of our junior wrestlers. He'll be back, finish out this year. Hope he can be successful over there.
He's going to get on the podium again. We're going to try to get him up there real high.
Get him up there real high.
So.
Folks, remember all of our presentations are available on the BCHS Bear Network on Facebook. They're on YouTube. They'll be posted to a Twitter link as well, so you can watch them there and see them over and over as many times as you like. We'd like to thank Mr. Soroyer and the students who make this production possible back here in H12, especially Lauren Webb. We give a hard time to. And thanks, Taryn, Coach.
Amen.
Until next time, good luck coming up. Tournament. Everybody come out and support them Friday night. Remember, Bear fans, mask up. Come in, have your temp check, but be here. We can have several hundred folks here for our wrestling matches and our ball games. We encourage you, please follow social distancing as much as you can. Mask up when it's possible. Come out and support our guys and girls. They've deserved every second of your support. Until next time, we'll say God bless and go Bears.